Hey guys, what's up? I'm Erin and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever heard of the term money scripts? Money scripts are our unconscious beliefs that surround money that ultimately shape our financial behaviors and help to dictate our financial outcomes in life. The term money scripts was coined by Dr. Brad Klontz, and he is an expert in behavioral finance and financial psychology. Money scripts are generally thought to be learned in childhood, passed from generation to generation. How your parents thought about money largely influences how you think about money. Influence financial outcomes. We make financial decisions based on our money scripts and are largely unconscious. A lot of times we aren't even aware they're there. Money scripts have been shown to influence income, net worth, debt levels, financial behavior, and how we spend, save, and invest our money. There are 4 dominant core money scripts: money status, money worship, money vigilance, and money avoidance. As with everything in life, it's important to remember that people cannot be pegged with one single descriptor. It's likely you have a dominant money script, but there are chances that other money scripts might speak to you depending on the time or the situation. So keep that in mind as you hear them. One or more may speak to you, but you probably have a dominant one that you resonate just a little bit more with. Let's start with money status. Those that resonate deeply with money status greatly value outward displays of wealth. Having a nice car or a nice home or dripping in the bling, that's a sign of success. And when taken to the extreme, they may associate net worth with self-worth. People who highly value money status are more prone to overspending. Perhaps they're willing to even take on more risk in an attempt to make a quick buck. Maybe that's excessive gambling or engaging in speculative investments. This can even put them in a position where they're financially dependent on others if they're constantly spending beyond their means. They may also engage in hiding purchases from their significant other. With all that being said, if money status is your dominant money script, here's some things you can do to set yourself up for financial success. There's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting nice things in life, and we all want to be successful. And at some point or another, we've all heard the siren call of the latest, greatest, well, anything. But the best thing you can do when this happens is to hit pause and ask yourself, why am I making this purchase? Perhaps you could instate a 24-hour pause to think about a purchase. If you think about this question and your answer is that it's going to add value to your life in some way, well then go for it. But if your answer is that it's going to help you impress others or it's going to help you look better to other people, maybe it's not a worthy purchase. And don't be afraid to really dig into your thought process here. And also, I'm gonna say it, I know it's a 4-letter word for some, but have a budget. A budget can really keep you on track. It makes sure that your necessities are covered, your regular expenses, your savings, your investments. But also, when you budget in fun money, this is money you can do whatever you want with. So if you wanna spend a little lavishly and maybe have some outward signs of wealth with this fun money, then go ahead, you do you, as long as your regular expenses are covered. And also a quick note, make sure when it comes to any major purchases, don't hide those from your significant other. It's a little corny, but honesty is the best policy. If you try to hide things from your significant other, you will never have a healthy relationship. Next, we have money worship. And it could be me, but does anyone else hear Jim Gaffigan in this moment? Those that follow this money script believe that money is the key to solving problems. They don't believe that old adage of mo money, mo problems. Instead, they see mo money, mo solutions. Now, this could be good or bad because money is capable of solving a lot of problems, but this group may end up overextending themselves, loaning money to friends or family in an attempt to help solve their problems as well. Now, this group is full of hustlers, logging long hours at work, chasing a bigger paycheck and a higher net worth. But the downside is that they may never truly feel like they have enough, no matter what level of net worth or income they actually achieve. As I said, money really does have the ability to solve problems. It puts a roof over your head, it puts food on the table. If your phone breaks, it lets you go buy a new one. If your car breaks, it gets you back on the road. So money does have utility. It does solve problems. But if money worship is taken to the extreme, well, that's not a good thing either. And I think this is pretty popular in Western cultures. There seems to be this coefficient of money that somehow leads to greater happiness, but tying your happiness level to an income level or a net worth level or possessions really isn't a great recipe for happiness, because there will always be someone who makes more than you or has more than you. And sure, having a certain level of wealth or income actually is tied to increased happiness, but there comes a point of diminishing returns. And at a certain point, you kind of have to ask yourself, is it worth having more dollars in the bank, or is it worth increasing my quality of life? Money worshippers have to make sure to make time to do the things they love and spend time with the people they love. Because what good does it do to simply dedicate yourself fully to a job and then die with the biggest bank account? Life is going to be better if you make sure to build up some good relationships along the way and have some good experiences along the way. And if you're guilty of giving too much to others, remember that creating a situation of dependence isn't really healthy either. Maybe it's time to scale back how much money you give. Find ways to support in other areas. Maybe that means giving of your time. Next, we have the script of money vigilance. And let me put on my vigilance hat because this is my category. The money vigilant are concerned with their financial health, which can be a good thing. They know having enough money is important. When they go shopping, they generally look for deals because they value their dollars. They're generally pretty good at saving and investing for their future. They're often a pretty hardworking bunch because they don't often believe in financial handouts. And often, since they're so good at minding their dollars, they're pretty good at staying out of debt. Now, all of that sounds fine and dandy. When taken to the extreme, it's not so pretty. And I'm definitely speaking from personal experience here because, hi, my name's Erin. I was definitely on the extreme end of money vigilant. This group can become overly anxious about their financial future, or they can take frugality and savings to the extreme. Now, they say your money scripts are hardwired at a young age, and I know exactly which events led to me falling in this category. My parents, between the two of them, they handled money very differently, and sometimes they handled money in a very unhealthy way. So that kind of laid the groundwork for this one. But then I got sick, and that took this script to the extreme. I woke up one morning and I was paralyzed on the right side of my body completely. And with it, I lost the ability to go to school and to go to work. And all this happened out of the blue. I just woke up one morning and it was what it was. So even when I got healthier, I lived in a constant state of fear that one day my health would be taken away, and with it, my ability to go to work and earn an income and provide for my future. So for many years, I was very stressed about money, and as a result, I saved very aggressively in an attempt to make sure that my financial future was okay. When this script is taken to the extreme, you kind of lose your ability to enjoy the money you work so hard for. At the end of the day, it's important to remember that money is just a tool that is supposed to allow you to do the things that you enjoy in life. If you never make time to spend the money you work so hard for, it kind of defeats the purpose of money, and you end up kind of wasting your life. For those who have fear around their financial future and extreme frugality, use a budget to your advantage. Yes, make sure your expenses are covered, make sure you're saving and investing for your future, but also make sure that you are budgeting in fun money and that you actually go out and spend it on something that brings you joy or gets you time with people you love. You have to make sure that you enjoy the money you are working so hard for. Yes, it's important to save for your future, but you also have to make sure that you are enjoying today. You have to strike a balance between saving and enjoying today. And I am saying this just as much for you as I am as a reminder for myself, because we all know that I have to keep reminding myself that it is okay to spend. On a personal note, I can say that I no longer am on the extreme end of the spectrum. I have found a way to strike a balance between the two, but a nice reminder does help from time to time. And my life is actually far more enjoyable now that I'm willing to spend money. I have far less stress. I have far less anxiety around money, because being stressed constantly about finances is not good for you physically, mentally, or financially. And the final money script, money avoidance. At the heart of this script is the belief that money is bad, or wanting money is bad, or they may believe they don't deserve money. They may even think that people who have money or wealthy people are evil and it's more virtuous to live on less. On a positive side, people that follow this script often have great compassion for others and strive to help others and strive for equality. On the other side of the spectrum, people in this category may self-sabotage. If they think that people with money are evil, they're going to prevent themselves from gaining too much of it. They may overspend or they may overgive. They tend to remain oblivious to their financial situation. When bills come, they may not even open them. They're not going to take time to check their investments or their net worth. They tend to keep financial blinders on. The best thing you can do as a money avoider is take time to look at your finances. Set aside some time every single month, actually schedule it into your agenda and make sure you look at it. Outside of that, you also want to increase your financial literacy because the more you understand about your finances, the less stress there is around it. And finally, create a list of goals and figure out how much money you need to reach each of those goals. Because if money is associated with something that you value, hopefully some of those negative connotations you have around it will start to disappear. Any one of these money scripts taken to the extreme is not a good thing. And it's important to remember that rarely is anyone going to be 100% of any single script anyway, because people are incredibly complex. They have a vast number of experiences that influence the way they look at money all throughout their life. And also the way you view money, how you think about it, how you deal with it is an ever-evolving subject throughout your entire life. And the way you look at money at 20 is likely going to be very different than you do at 40 or 60 and beyond. Let me know what you guys think. What script do you identify with? I feel like we're gonna have a lot of money vigilance out there. I feel like those are the type that tend to watch these financial YouTube videos, but hopefully you didn't take it to the extreme like I did, but leave your answer in a comment down below. I post new videos every single week. If you got anything at all out of this one, please give it a like. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, or if you know of someone who might get something out of this type of content, please consider sharing. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye. Unconscious beliefs about money. Beliefs. Dependent of a term financial. All that be successful. A and die with the biggest bank account. May also end up loaning money is and diminishing or concerned dollars. They're generally pretty good, financial heart. Generally, I don't like any of this. Hard workers. Status are, as long as you have the money for it. Money is bad. Is bad. Why can't I remember? This group are seeing a bigger level of worth that they realize. No, exactly no. On track. Expenses. Why did I look at the camera? Phone. If your phone blah, blah, go for it. I'm gonna say, oh, I'm dying over here. I am so dying. Worth they realize. Didn't like it.